Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Shuklambaradharam Vishtam Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadhanam Dhyayet Sarvavignopashantये Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Kujantam Rama Rameti Maduram Maduraksharam Arukhya Kavita Shakham Vande Valmiki Kokilam Valmikir Mulisimhasya Kavita Vanacharinaha Shrinvan Ramakatha Konayati Parangatim Vedavetye Parivimshi Jate Dasharatatmaje Veda Pracheta Sadasi Sakshat Ramayanatmanam Anjananandanam Viram Janaki Shokanashanam Kapishamakrantaram Vande Lankavayankaram Manojavam Marudhatulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vatatmajam Vanarayutam Ukhyam Shri Ramadutam Shirasa Namami Anjaneyam Adipatalananam Kanchanadrikamayya Vigraham Parijata Taramulavasinam Bhavayami Raghuramanandanam Yatra Yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam Tatra Tatra Kritamastakанjalim Bashpavari Paripurna Lochanam Marutim Namata Rakshasantakam Namostu Ramaya Lakshmanaya Devyai Chatasye Janakatmajaye Namostu Rudrendra Yamanilebhyo Namostu Chandrarka Marutkanebhyaha Shri Haraye Namaha Shri Haraye Namaha Shri Haraye Namaha Janaki Kanta Smaranam Jai Jai Rama Rama Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. With the blessings of our Guruji and the divine couple, we are here for the second day of our Ramayana Navagam. The first day was a while back, so let's recap. The first day we saw that Valmiki Maharishi had a bunch of questions, 16 to be exact. It was at this time that Narada Maharishi comes to Valmiki's ashram and he answers all of his questions and clears his confusion. Now that his questions are answered, Valmiki Maharishi enthusiastically starts writing Srimad Ramayana Kavyam. Valmiki Maharishi writes that there was once a king called Dasharatha. He was the king of Ayodhya. He does not have a son for a very long time, so he decides to do the Putrakamishti Yagam, suggested by his mantris and his Kulaguru Vashishta, hoping to get a son. And as a result of this Yagam, Dasharatha's wives get pregnant, and 12 months after they get pregnant, on the 9th day of Chaitra Masam, on Punarvasu Nakshatram, Sri Rama is born, and on the next day on Pushya Nakshatram, Bharata is born, and on the next day on Ailya Nakshatram, the twins, Shatrugna and Lakshmana are born. As the four brothers get older, they learn all the dharmas and shastras, the essentials of ruling a kingdom, the essentials of warfare, and many more skills from their Kulaguru Vashishta. On one such day, King Dasharatha is worried. Valmiki Maharishi writes, Ataraja Dasharataha Tesham Darakriyam Prati Chintayamasa Dharmatma Saha Upadhyaya Sabhandavaha Tasya Chintayamanasya Mantri Madhye Mahatmanaha Abhyagachat Mahateja Vishwamitro Mahamunihi. Valmiki Maharishi says that Dasharatha is worried. Why was he worried? Because he feels that his sons have reached the right age to enter Grihastha Ashramam but are yet to get married. So that's why he was worried. Even nowadays, in normal, ordinary families where arranged marriages is still a thing, even those parents, they worry about the match between the potential bride and groom. So let's imagine King Dasharatha's position, right? He's the king, he's the ruling family. He is part of a great dynasty that has seen kings like Harichandra. He is a great Satyavan, Satyasandha, who no matter what happens will not lie. Also part of his dynasty is Ambarisha, who is such a great devotee that even Chakrayuda is protecting him and looking out for him. Also part of this dynasty is Bhagiratha, who is well known for performing penance and bringing Ganga Mata down to earth. Ganga Mata is also called Bhagirathi because Bhagiratha was the one who brought her down to earth. There are many more great kings part of this dynasty, and they've all achieved so many things that the great poet Kalidasa has written about in his Raghuvamsam. So now we can understand why Dasharatha was worried, because his future daughter-in-law is going to be the future queen of Ayodhya. She has to live up to the name and fame of this great dynasty. Let's keep aside dynasty for a second and just think about the match between the bride and groom. The groom is Rama, who is a Satyasandha. He does not know how to lie. So imagine his wife, ஒரு சென்டென்ஸுக்கு 10 போய் பேசுனா, the match is not right. So that is why Dasharatha was worried. It was at this time that Vishwamitra enters his palace. Dasharatha, who was worried up until now, forgets about all his worry and he's over the moon with joy. Because it is said in our Shastras that if someone is worried or concerned about something, and if at that time they are blessed with the darshan of a Mahatma or a Bhagavadottama, it is a sign that that person's troubles or worries are about to go away. And Dasharatha, being a Dharmatma, believes in this, and he knows what a Mahatma and Bhagavadottama Vishwamitra is. So he is happy and he rushes out to greet Vishwamitra and welcomes him to his palace and does Pada Puja. He says, Maharishi, I am so happy to see you. I am as happy to see you as a person would be if they are blessed with a child after a very long time. And he says, trust me, I know what it feels like, right? So he says, I am so happy that I want to do something for you. Vishwamitra, who was quiet until that time, happily starts talking when he heard this. He says, Dasharatha, only a true Mahatma will know the value and greatness of other Mahatmas. And you are a true Mahatma and you are a Rajarishi. He says, you live up to the name and fame of your dynasty and you are a worthy predecessor for this dynasty. He also praises him on his generosity and his willingness to help others. He says, Dasharatha, I am coming from Siddhashramam. I've been trying to do a yagam, but every time I start, some Rakshasas come and destroy it. So I want your oldest son Rama to come with me to Siddhashramam and fight those Rakshasas and protect my yagam. When Dasharatha hears this, he's stunned because he does not know what to do, right? Because on one hand, he's like, Rama is my little boy. I am not sending my little boy to a forest to fight Rakshasas, because Vishwamitra is not calling Rama for satsang or do some bhajan. Right? He is calling to fight Rakshasas who are well known for not having any mercy. So he's like, I don't want to send my little boy to do that. But at the same time, he's afraid to say no because he knows that Vishwamitra might get angry and he might curse him or his sons or the people of his kingdom. So there's like an inner debate or inner war raging on in his head. So Vishwamitra understands this and he says, Dasharatha, don't worry. You look at Rama as if he's your little boy, but in reality, he's not. Right? He is Paramatma. He is Bhagavat Avataram. You have to stop looking at him as if he's your little boy and start looking at him as for who he is. You have to understand the true nature of your son. But Dasharatha cannot look past the fact that Rama is his little boy. In Ramayana, it is said that Dasharatha calls Rama. Rama comes. Dasharatha says, go. Rama goes. While Rama is going, Dasharatha says, Rama, come back. Rama comes back. Now, why would Dasharatha say, come back? It's because Tyagaraja says that Dasharatha is enjoying the beauty of Rama when he is up close, when he is far away. He is comparing the Saundarya Lavanya Rupa of Rama and he is astonished that they're both equally good. Not everyone is blessed with that. So he's like, dang, they're equally good. At this point, Dasharatha should have probably guessed that Rama is Bhagavat Avataram, because nobody is that obedient. Hey, if my dad calls me to his room, I will go because I'm a good son. Right? But if he's like, go, I'm not going to go because I'm like, why did you call me? Right? Nobody is that obedient. So, such an obedient boy, Dasharatha is like, I'm not sending him to the forest. He can't look past the fact that he's his little boy. So he comes up with a few solutions that he thinks is apt for the situation. He says, Unashodasha varsho me ramo rajiva lochanaha nayuddha yogyatamasya pashyami saha rakshasehi. He says, first reason, he says, Unashodasha varsho me. My son is not even 16 years old. So if I ask you, how old are you? You're going to say, I'm 10 years old. Or I'm 20 years old. You're not going to be like, I'm not even 25 yet. That's not how you normally say things. So, but if you look, so why would Dasharatha say this? It doesn't make sense. If you look closely, Vishwamitra never asked for Rama's aid. He just said, send Rama to fight. So if I ask you, can you drive or do you vote yet? Then you're going to be like, oh, I'm not 16 yet. Or I'm not 18 yet. Or have you done your Shashtabda Purti? I'm not 60 yet. Something like that. So, Vishwamitra asked, do you send Rama to fight? It seems in those days, the minimum age requirement to fight at a war was 16 years old. So, Rama, who was 12 years old at that time, so it was not 16 years. So, Dasharatha says, not 16. Vishwamitra replies, Dasharatha, Rama is Paramatma. He is Purana Purusha. He is so old, nobody knows how old he is. So, not valid. Next point. Dasharatha says, Me Ramo. Of course, Vishwamitra knows it is his Rama. That is why Vishwamitra is asking for Dasharatha, or else he would ask someone else. So why is it seems redundant. So why would Dasharatha say something like this? For this, Periyavachan Pillai gives a lot of Vyakyanams, explanations as to why would Dasharatha say something like this. He says, first explanation is that when someone does yagam and they give purnahuti, they say namaha, namama. So if they have mamakaram, they are deemed unworthy to give purnahuti. They are not worthy enough to do it. So Dasharatha was in the bottom of his heart was hoping that when he says my Rama, Vishwamitra is going to deem him unworthy of giving Rama and he's going to go away. But Vishwamitra is like, your Rama, my Rama, his Rama, he is everybody's Rama. He is Paramatma. So, not valid. Next point, he says, Rajiva Lochana, lotus head. So if you come and ask me, can you do this? I can't reply, I can't do it because I'm lotus head. That doesn't make sense, right? Here again, Periyavachan Pillai says, it makes sense because Vishwamitra is asking for Rama. Why is he asking for Rama? To fight Rakshasas. Rakshasas are also called Nishacharas because they only come out at night and they only come out at night. So Rama, being a lotus-eyed, he only wakes up at sunrise and he sleeps at sunset. So even if Dasharatha agrees to send Rama, by the time those Rakshasas come to fight, Rama is going to be sleeping. So even if he sends Rama, it's pointless because he's going to be sleeping and they're going to destroy them. So Vishwamitra started the argument by saying Rama is Paramatma. Dasharatha finished the argument by saying he is a minor and not fit to do it. So Vishwamitra is so angry, he storms off. At this point, Vashishta comes up to Dasharatha and says, you don't want to make him angry. Let me tell you a story. So he narrates a story. He says, a long time ago, there was once a king. His name was Kushika. He had a son and his name was Kaushika. And that Kaushika was Vashishta's student. A while later, this Kaushika became the new king of his kingdom. And on one such day, he comes to Vasishta's ashram to visit his guru. And there he sees this cow called Nandini. That Nandini was Kamadenu's daughter. And like Kamadenu, that Nandini was also capable of granting any wish anybody asked her. So this Kaushika says, such a cow should be at a palace, not at an ashram. They both disagree and they both start fighting. Kaushika loses and he is so embarrassed and he's so enraged by the defeat, he renounces his kingdom and starts doing penance. So after he does penance, he comes and challenges Vashishta again, but he loses again. So he does penance again, doesn't work. He does it again, doesn't work. The fifth time it works as all the devas come in front of him, appear in front of him, and they acknowledge this Kaushika as a Brahma Rishi. But he was still not satisfied because he wants only one person to acknowledge him. Who was that person? Vashishta. So he wanted Vashishta. So at this time, Vashishta appears in front of Kaushika and he acknowledges him as a Brahma Rishi. So now he's satisfied because the one who beat him, he's on equal terms with him. So now he's happy. This Kaushika was none other than Vishwamitra. So Vashishta says, that is what Vishwamitra would do if he doesn't get a cow. Imagine what he would do if he doesn't get Rama. We're all done. Right? So Vashishta says, Dasharatha, Vishwamitra is a great tapasvi. If he wanted to vanquish those Rakshasas, he could just wish it and they are dead. Or even if he doesn't want to waste his tapas on this, he was born a Kshatriya and he has so many Divyastrams. Even if he wanted, he could fight them off, right? But he doesn't do that. He's asking for your son Rama. Why? Because it's not because he needs Rama, it's because he wants to do good things to Rama. He wants to show Rama's valor and his power to the rest of the world. He wants to improve Rama's Kirti and Shreyas. So now that Dasharatha realizes that Vishwamitra is calling Rama to do good things, he rushes out to Vishwamitra and apologizes and brings him back to his palace, and he sends Rama along with him. Where Rama goes, Lakshmana follows. So Vishwamitra along with Rama and Lakshmana start their journey to Siddhashram. So on their journey, Vishwamitra looks back at Rama and Lakshmana and he says, just like how he would ask a little kid who's been walking for a while, he says, are you hungry? Does your feet hurt? Are you tired? Just a while back, Vishwamitra was lecturing Dasharatha, this Rama is Paramatma. Why? What does this change? Shri Anna Suluvar, Bhagavan nama kaila kadikira varikkum da ஞானி மாதிரி பரமாத்மா அப்படிலாம் பேசிட்டு இருப்பான். ஆனால் பகவான் நம்ம கைக்கு கிடைச்சிட்டோன்னா பிரேம பாவம் மட்டுமே தான் மிஞ்சும். பகவான் நம்மளோட குழந்தையா தான் பார்க்கணும்னு தோணும் நமக்கு. அதனால தான் இவர் கால் வலிக்காதா அப்படின்னு கேட்குறாரு. So he teaches 2 mantras to Rama and Lakshmana, Bala and Adibala. If you chant one mantra, you won't feel unnecessarily hungry like we do at 4 p.m. No matter what we eat, when we eat, we are always hungry at 4 p.m. At least I am. So if we knew that mantra, we won't feel that 4 p.m. hunger, but we don't know that mantra, so I am always hungry. So the next mantra is, you won't feel unnecessarily sleepy. Like when the professor is saying some important stuff, we'll be snoring behind it. So Rama, he teaches Bala and Adibala and they continue their journey. So at nightfall, they rest, and the next day, Vishwamitra wakes up Rama and Lakshmana. He says, Kausalya Supraja Rama Purva Sandhya Pravartate Uttishta Narashardhula Kartavyam Devamanhitam Hikam. So he says, Kausalya Supraja Rama. If you look at Ramayana, most of the places, Rama is called as Dasharatha Rama. Some places as Seetha Rama. There are not a lot of places where it's called Kausalya Rama. Even when Rama is introducing himself to others, like when he's introducing himself to Shurpanaka or Vali or Sugriva or Ravana or anybody, he says, I am Dasharatha Rama. So why would Vishwamitra say Kausalya Rama? A couple of explanations. One is that even though yesterday Vishwamitra believed that Rama is Paramatma, now he thinks Rama is a kid. So kids usually want their mother when they wake up. But Kausalya is nowhere around. She's in a palace and they're in a forest. So he says Kausalya Supraja. He says Kausalya's name, so hoping that Rama will steady himself and realize that he's in a forest and his mother is not around here. The next explanation is, it is said in our Shastras that a mother has 1,000 times more authority over a child than the father does. I'm sorry, but that's true. So 2 reasons why he calls Kausalya Supraja Rama. So Rama wakes up, does his Anushtanams, and they continue their journey. Today they enter a more dense part of the forest. It is called Tatakavanam, named after Tataka. Vishwamitra narrates the story of Tataka. He says, Rama, Lakshmana, there was a Yakshini who became a Rakshasi. Her name was Tataka. Very small story. And while they were walking, they hear a roar. Rama and Lakshmana looked at each other. It's like, what is the source of this roar? While they were searching, a Uruvam appeared in front of them. that Urum was big, like big, right? It is said in, that Urum was Tataka. It is said in Ramayana that Tataka kills 1,000 elephants and she eats the flesh and only the skeleton remains. So she takes the skeleton of one elephant, she takes the trunk of it, and then she ties a knot with the tail of another elephant and she made a garland out of it. Garland of 1,000 elephants. And she put it on herself. The garland of 1,000 elephants, it was only up until her stomach. Right? She was that big. So Vishwamitra looks at Rama and says, please kill her. Rama seems to hesitate a little. So Vishwamitra thinks that he's hesitating because Tataka is a stree. So Vishwamitra says, Rama, even though Tataka looks like a stree on the outside, she's really not. On the inside, she's not a stree. Because there are two basic qualifications to be considered a stree. There are a lot of other qualifications, but two basic ones. One is compassion and the other is mercy. Tataka has neither has compassion nor mercy. So she is not a stree, even though on the outside she might look like one. Let's imagine this scenario. There's a village, there are villagers, and they're living happily. So one day a tiger comes and attacks and terrorizes the village, kills villagers, and goes away. So after the tiger attack, the villagers come together and they appoint a hunter to kill the tiger. The hunter's like, I got you, I'm gonna kill it, no worries, right? So they're all sleeping peacefully because there's a hunter looking out for them. So the next time the tiger comes, the hunter's like, ooh, I'm gonna kill it. So he takes out his arrow, puts it in his bow, and he doesn't shoot. He just watches as the tiger terrorizes the village, kills more people, and then goes away. So after the tiger goes away, the villagers come to the hunters like, why didn't you shoot it? You had a clear shot. And the hunter replies, because it was not a tiger. Then what was it? It was a tigress, a stree. Because our dharma say that stree hati is wrong. But there is dharma and there is dharma sukshma. Dharma sukshma dictates that if killing that stree is for the greater good, then you must do it. Tataka is terrorizing every living thing near her. So killing Tataka is for the greater good of anyone in like a 200-mile radius, right? So killing her would be the right thing to do according to Dharma Sukshma, so you must kill her. Rama replies that, Maharishi, I never hesitated in the first place because I trust my father and I would blindly follow his orders. And my father told me to look at you as if you were my father. And because I trust my father, I trust you. So he takes out his arrow, he puts it on his bow and he shoots it and it pierces Tataka's chest and comes back on the outside. In Kambaramayanam, he describes this event. He says, Sollokkum kariyavega chudusaram kariyasammal, allokkum nirathinal mel vidudalum, vairakundra kallokkum nenjil thangadu, appuram kalendru, kalla pullarku nallor sonna porul ena poittende. He says, Sollukkum kadiyavega sudusaram. He says that the arrow that Rama shot towards Tataka was traveling in Mach 1, the sound of speed. It was that fast, because sound is pretty fast. When I say something, you hear it right there. It's not like I say it and I wait half an hour for you to hear it. That's not how sound works. It's really fast. As soon as I utter it, you hear it. So Rama's arrow, as soon as he let it go, it pierced Tataka's chest. Not like how they show in our TV show, where it takes like a millennium to get in there, right? So that's how fast it was. And he says, Kallokkum nenjil thangadu. He says, her body was as hard as that diamond. She was not just a fat lady who was all flesh. It was hard, right? How hard was it? He said he compares it to a mountain of diamond. Diamond, because of its atomic structure, is the strongest substance known to man. So her heart, her chest, her body was as hard as a diamond. And this arrow pierced that hard body and then came back from behind. How? He says, Kalla pullarku nallor sonna porul ena poittende. ஒரு கெட்டவனுக்கு ஹிதத்தை சொன்னா எப்படி இந்த காதல வாங்கி அந்த காதல போய்டுவோம் மண்டையில ஏறாம அந்த மாதிரி it went away. So this is how Kambar describes this event of Tataka's death. So now that Tataka is dead, Vishwamitra is pleased with Rama's valor and he gives Rama all the Divyastrams and all his knowledge to Rama and Lakshmana. Vasishta's ashram was like introductory courses, it's like advanced courses. So he teaches Rama everything and they continue their journey towards Siddhashram and they reach Siddhashram, where Vishwamitra once again starts his yagam, but this time when Rama and Lakshmana are there to protect. Just when Vishwamitra was about to give Purnahuti, those Rakshasas showed up out of nowhere to destroy the yagam. So Rama wanted to keep the yagasala clean and pure, so he killed all those demons. Right? He used Vayuastram to kill all those demons, he used Agneastram to burn Subahu, and he used Manavastram to beat up Maricha and drive him away. And so he kept, by doing this, he kept the yagasala pure and clean, and because of this the yaga was able to be complete. Vishwamitra is happy because finally the yaga is complete. So after the yagam is completed, Vishwamitra looks at Rama and Lakshmana and says, I got an invitation from Janaka Maharaja. He is performing a yagam and he wants me to participate in it. If you are okay with it, you can come with me to Mithilapuri, participate in the yagam, and then I'll drop you off at Ayodhya. Or if you want to go home now, I will drop you off at Ayodhya, and then I will make my way to Mithilapuri, participate in the yagam. To this Rama replies, your wish is my command. So Vishwamitra is over the moon with happiness. Because the main reason that Vishwamitra asks for Rama's help is not because he needs Rama's help. We already established that fact that he is a great tapasvi, he is a warrior. Moreover, when the Vishwamitra asks for help, Dasharatha offers himself and his entire army to protect the yagam. But Vishwamitra only wanted Rama. It's because he wanted to be the one. It's because he wanted to be the one to unite the divine couple Rama and Seetha, because of something he did earlier. What did he do? He was the one who he was the reason why Harishchandra was separated from his wife. So he wanted to right that wrong by uniting the divine couple Rama and Seetha. And now that Rama accepted his offer to go to Mithilapuri, he's like, I'm one step closer to mission accomplished. So he's happy, and they make their way to towards Mithilapuri. And on the way, Vishwamitra narrates a lot of stories to Rama and Lakshmana because kids tend to get bored on a long road trip. So he says a lot of stories like Kumara Sambhavam, Vamanavataram, Ganga Mahatmyam, how Sagara made Sagarams. And on the way, Rama rids Ahalya of her curse and he unites Ahalya with her husband Gautama Maharishi. And they continue their way and they reach Mithilapuri. When there, Janaka Maharaja sees Rama and Lakshmana for the first time. Janaka Maharaja is well known for being unfazed by anything. It is said that when Janaka was a student of Yajnavalkya wanted to test his students. So he created an illusion of Mithilapuri burning. So when they saw this illusion, all the students ran, scattered around to protect their belongings, right? But Janaka, he sat still and he was still listening to what Yajnavalkya had to say. Yajnavalkya then asks Janaka, this is your kingdom. Janaka, this is your kingdom, right? If anyone has to be afraid of, if anyone has to rush and save things, it's you, because this is your kingdom. So why are you, you moving there and you're just sitting still? To this, Janaka replies that nothing in there is mine, because he does not have mamakaram. He has mastered the concept of attached detachment and detached attachment. That is why, that's why he's a jnani. So that Janaka, when he sees Rama and Lakshmana, he feels this thing that he's never felt before. He's like, what is this feeling, right? So he goes up to Vishwamitra and says, Maharishi, who are these two Rajakumaras? From the time I saw them, I feel this thing in my stomach that I can't explain. Vishwamitra replies, you know what, Janaka? For the last few days, I've been feeling the same thing. He said that this is Rama and Lakshmana. They're sons of Dasharatha, king of Ayodhya. And they have come to participate in your yaga. Janaka happily takes them to the Yagasala. On the way, Vishwamitra asks Janaka if it was possible to see Vishnu Dhanus because the Rajakumaras wish to do so. Janaka obliges and he takes them to a room where he orders his soldiers to bring the bow. And while his soldiers are bringing the bow, he says that this bow was given to his ancestors by the Devas, and for generation after generation, the kings of this dynasty have worshipped it and protected the bow. And a year earlier, he says that I arranged for the Swayamvaram of my daughter Seetha. Many kings came, some Rakshasas, Devas and Gandharvas also came, because everybody knows the Mahatmyam of Seetha. They all wanted Seetha to be their wife. So they all came to attended the Swayamvaram. Janaka said the condition for the Swayamvaram is very simple. He says, all you have to do to win my daughter's hand in marriage is lift this bow, string it, and Seetha is yours. So there was a Hasya Natakam, and someone wrote a Hasya Natakam. He says that when Janaka declared this condition, everybody wanted to go first because they're like, this is so easy. Because they felt that whoever went first, they would win because they're all Maharathis. They're all well versed in handling bows and any weapons. So like whoever goes first wins Seetha. So everybody wanted to go first. But there was this one lucky guy, he was chosen to go first. He's happy, he does humkar and he's like, ooh, I got this. Yeah, so he's laughing with pride, like, ha ha. And he goes and he looks at the bow and he's like, I got this, and he puts it in. But unfortunately for him, his hand was stuck under the bow and he couldn't get his hand out. So Janaka ordered 1,000 soldiers to go help him, and they all struggled, and after a long time, they somehow managed to release his hand. It was pathetic, but anyways. So the next person was like, damn, I don't want to do that. So he says, oh Maharaja Janaka, I am a Shiva Bhakta and today is Pradosham. And so if I lift this bow, that will be Abacharam. How can I do this Abacharam? I came to worship this bow. He says, Om Namah Shivaya. And he walks away. And the next person came. He can't give the same excuse. Kuttu very good. So he says, Oh Maharaja Janaka, what is the reward for handling this bow? He says, I will give you my daughter Seetha's hand in marriage. He says, Adada, I am planning on becoming a Naishtika Brahmachari. And so, Dharma Sangadama Pedam. So I can't do this. And he walks away. And so all the kings came and tried. Some of them gave excuses like this. Some of them actually tried, but they all failed miserably. They were all so embarrassed, and they converted their embarrassment into anger, and they all blamed Janaka for their failure. They were all that egoistic. And so they all formed an alliance and they all came to attack Janaka. But Janaka was so powerful that he was able to withstand all of their attacks, and he was able to defend his kingdom. And he says, Maharishi, this has been happening for over a year now, and somehow I've managed to, defend my kingdom. So at this time, the soldiers he ordered to bring the Shivadhanus came in with the Shivadhanus. That Shivadhanus was kept in an iron cascade with 8 wheels, 4 on each side. It was that big, right? And in Ramayana it is said that 5,000 soldiers were struggling to pull it into the court. And they were not just normal soldiers like you or me. They were like elite, the best of the best. And we know their valor and power because they for a year now they've been protecting their kingdom from so many attacks. Right? So they were powerful people. And it took 5,000 of them to pull that boat. So now we might all be wondering, why would Janaka keep such a condition to marry his daughter? No king was able to do it, and 5,000 elite soldiers were bringing the boat. There's a story behind this, because it is said that a year before the Swayamvaram, so right now Seetha is 6 years old. A year before that was 5 years, when she was 5 years old, the Swayamvaram took place. So a year before that, when she was 4 years old, Seetha was playing catch with her friends. One of her friends was a really bad thrower, and she threw the ball under this cascade, where the bow was kept. So and Seetha was chosen to retrieve the ball. And so she went, she casually pushed it, she took the ball, she pushed it back as if nothing had happened, and she went back to playing. So fortunately or unfortunately, Janaka saw this. And so he's like, my daughter's husband should be at least as strong as her when she was 4 years old. So, as we said before, a match between the bride and groom is a very important one, because you can't have a bride who's like a WWE superstar and a groom who's like a malnutrition little dude, right? It doesn't make sense, right? So that is why Janaka kept this competition. But even after a year where nobody could lift it and so many kings came to attack him, Janaka never regretted his decision. He stuck by his decision. These were rough times, but he stuck by his decision. But from the time he set his eyes on Rama, he regretted his decision, because from the time he set his eyes on Rama, he made up his mind that he wanted Rama to be his son-in-law. And he's like, someone with such a sukumaramana tirmini, someone like that, how can they lift this bow when all these Maharathis are unable to do it? After all, he's a kid, he's just 12 years old. Right? So he was regretting and he's feeling sad. So Vishwamitra wanted to put his mind at ease. So he says, Vatsa, and Lakshmana got him. He says, Rama. So, because if there are two kids in a room, when you say kid, the younger one will say yes. Even though both of them are kids, the younger one. And because Lakshmana was 2 days younger, he stood up. And when he said Ram, and he says Rama, and Lakshmana is like, okay. And he sat down, and Rama got up. And Vishwamitra says, Danuf Pashya, look at the bow. Rama's like, alright. So he goes up to the bow, and he looks at it. And he says, now can I lift it? And Vishwamitra is like, Kanjare. So Rama worships the bow first, because he is humble. So he is about to lift the bow. And so at that time, Vishwamitra's eyes were gleaming with joy, because he's like, it's almost mission accomplished. Right? Lakshmana was confident that his brother could do whatever he set out to do. Janaka was so anxious that his BP shot up. Right? And those 5,000 soldiers, some of them were like, Palmana Marada Balagan, how can he lift it? And some of them were like, he killed Tataka. He killed Maricha and Subahu. If anyone can lift it, it's him. So all this chatter was going on, and Rama easily lifted it as if it was a feather. And when he lifts it, Vishwamitra is like, mission accomplished, right? And Lakshmana was filled with pride that his brother did something that literally no one else could do. And Janaka was like, yes, he's my son-in-law. And the pessimistic soldiers were like, what? And the optimistic soldiers were like, I told you. Right? So Rama moves on to the next phase of the condition, which was to string the bow. So he pulls the string and he bends the bow to string it. When he bends the bow breaks in two. So whenever something breaks, there's a sound that comes out. If you break a plastic, it's like something like that. And if you break an elastic band, it's a sound that sounds similar to pain. So when this bow broke, there was a sound emitted. How was this sound? Valmiki Maharishi describes this. He says, Tasya Shabdo Mahanasid Nirgat Samaneswanaha Bhumi Kampascha Sumahan Parvatasya Iva Dhiryata. He says this sound was equivalent to a volcanic eruption. If a mountain breaks in two and volcano comes out of it, erupts out of it, that's a really loud sound. And that was the sound that came when this bow broke, because this was a bow handled by Lord Shiva himself. Right? So such a bow is a really strong one. So when something strong breaks, that was it. So Janaka is really happy that Rama is now going to be his son-in-law. So Janaka calls on Seetha and he says, And he says, Sita, Rama is your husband now. Garland him and accept him as your husband. So Sita was about to garland Rama when he says, I am a Pitruvakya Paripalana. I won't do anything without my father's permission. Janaka, hearing this, was over the moon with joy because Rama is just 12 years old. At such a young age, he did something that literally no one else could do. If at this time he is this humble and down to humble, and if he does not have ego, then he will never have ego and he will always stay humble. And he is happy that such a person is going to be his daughter Sita's husband. So he sends his mantri to Ayodhya, and Dasharatha, along with his family, along with his mantris, his Kulaguru Vasishta, and the people of his kingdom make their way to Mithilapuri for this marriage. When they arrive at Mithilapuri, Vishwamitra proposes that the two daughters of Janaka Maharaja, Siradhwaja, and the two daughters of his brother Kusadhwaja marry the four sons of Dasharatha, four, at the same time. And both parties agreed to this, and on the next auspicious day, the marriage takes place. And during the marriage, during the Panigrahanam time, Janaka looks at Rama and says, Iyam Sita Mamasuta Sahadharma Charitava Pratichenam Bhadrante Paningrinvishwa Paninam. He says, Iyam Sita, this is Sita, Mamasuta, my Sita, my daughter. So we just saw that Janaka was well known for not having Mamakara. So if such a person gets Mamakaram on something, then imagine the quality of that thing. Sita is after all Mahalakshmi, right? So her qualities makes Janaka get Mamakaram. And he says, Sahadharma Charitava. He says, Rama, I know you are a Dharmatma and I know you always walk on the path of Dharma. And Sita, my daughter Sita, will also follow you on the path of Dharma. And if you get sidetracked by something, my daughter will not just follow you in your sidetrack, but she will bring you back to track and make you follow your quest for Dharma. And he says, Panim Grinhishva Paninam. Panigrahanam is the most important part of the marriage. And he says, good. And now that the Panigrahanam is completed, they are officially married. Valmiki Maharishi describes this marriage and he says, everything except for the perishables like need, darbe, and food, water, everything except for the perishables, everything was made out of gold. Royal family wedding, divine couple wedding. So everything was made out of gold. and so Rama marries Sita, Bharata marries Mandavi, Lakshmana marries Urmila, and Shatrugna marries Shrutakirti. and now the newlyweds along with their families return to Ayodhya. On the way back, Vasishta sees some Durshakuna and then he sees some Shubhashakuna. In Ramayana, there are 18 Rahasyams throughout Ramayana. That's why it's called Rahasyakari. One such Rahasyam is the arts. There are a lot of arts in Ramayana. There are arts like speaking is an art. Writing is an art. Singing or dancing, even cooking is an art. Another art is the art of predicting the future based on the movement of animals. So if you predicting the future based on the movement of birds, shaku in Sanskrit means birds. So based on the movement of birds is called Shakuna Shastram. And predicting the future based on the movement of anything that moves other than birds is called Nimitta Shastram. And throughout Ramayana, we can see Shakuna Nimitta Shastrams come into play. So as in now, and you can see so in Sundaragandam as well, when Hanuman goes back, he sees Charanargal Shakuna Shastram. And so and so Vasishta interprets. He sees Shubhashakunam and then Durshakunam and then he sees Shubhashakunam. He interprets this as he says, something good is about to happen something bad is about to happen, but it's gonna go away soon. So just as he was about to finish this sentence, Parashurama appears in front of him, and he is angry at the person who broke the bow, Shiva does. And so he's like, who broke the bow? And he's really angry. So Dasharatha does Sharanagati to Parashurama. He says, my son Rama did it, but Karuna Katanu, he was just newly married. Bless the 4 newlywed couples. Ramayana is also called Sharanagati Kavyam, Sharanagati Shastram, because there are 7 Sharanagatis in Ramayana. If we look into it and truly understand those Sharanagatis, then we know how to perform Sharanagati and how to make it succeed, because some Sharanagatis fail. Because in Ramayana, the odd numbered Sharanagatis, the 1st, 3rd, 5th and 7th succeed, and the even numbered Sharanagatis, 2, 4 and 6 fail. So if we look into it, we know how to perform Sharanagati. So, to perform Sharanagati, there are some basic qualifications. The first qualification, there are two parties, the person performing Sharanagati and the person accepting and receiving Sharanagati. So the person performing Sharanagati, the first qualification is that person should not be able to protect himself or herself, or do something that they're doing Sharanagati for, right? The second one is the person accepting Sharanagati should be at least 1 level higher than the person performing Sharanagati, right? If a father does Sharanagati to the son, it's a sad state of affair, but it's not going to work because a father is always a step higher than the son. But if a son performs Sharanagati to the father, that will work. Because and the other next qualification is the person accepting Sharanagati should have compassion and mercy, and they should be in a mentally and emotionally stable state, and they should be able to see things clearly. They should not make fun or insult the person doing Sharanagati. Then that person is not worthy enough to do it. So these are the basic qualifications. There are more on top of it, but these are the basic ones. So let's take a couple of examples. The first Sharanagati in Ramayana is when the Devas perform Sharanagati to Sriman Narayanan in Parkada. The Devas perform Sharanagati because they are unable to protect themselves from Ravana and his Rakshasas. So the first qualification, success. So the second one is the person accepting Sharanagati should be at least 1 level higher than this one. There is no one equal or above Sriman Narayana, right? So anybody who does Sharanagati to him, that qualification is an automatic success because there is no one equal or above. Everybody is below. And the third one is having compassion and mercy. He has compassion and mercy, and he's in an emotionally and mentally stable state, and he's not going to make fun of anybody. He can see things clearly, so that is a success. So the next Sharanagati, the second Sharanagati in Ramayana is when Dasharatha does Sharanagati to Parashurama. This is a failure. So let's see why. The first Sharanagati, the first qualification is that person should not be able to defend himself. But Dasharatha is a great warrior, and his army is equivalent to Dasharatha in valor and power. He is so powerful, his army is so powerful that when Devas and Asuras start fighting, Devas come to Dasharatha for help, and Dasharatha goes to war with Asuras, beat Asuras, help Devas and come back. So if such a person can protect himself from anybody, right? So if he says I can't do it and he does Sharanagati, then that's not going to work. And moreover, who is he doing Sharanagati for? For Rama. And Rama is Paramatma. We just said that there's no one equal or greater to Rama, to Paramatma. So everyone is in a lower standing to him. So that qualification does not work either. And the last qualification is the person accepting Sharanagati should be in an emotionally straight face, right? Parashurama, he might be compassionate, he might be merciful, but at this time he is filled with anger and he is not in an emotionally stable state, and he can't see things clearly because of his anger. So at this point, Parashurama is unworthy to accept Sharanagati. He might be later on or sometime before, sometime after, but at this point, his anger is blinding him, so at this point, he is unworthy of performing Sharanagati. So all the basic qualifications are a failure, so this Sharanagati does not work. So Parasurama is still angry, and he says, I want to see Rama, send him in front of me. So Rama comes in front of Parasurama and he introduces himself as Dasharatha Rama. When Rama comes in front of Parasurama, his anger is lowered, he calms himself down because he is still a Bhagavat Avataram and he realizes that Rama is a Purna Avataram. But he says, I want you to handle this bow, and he gives him a Vishnu Dhanus. And he says, only if you handle this bow, I will acknowledge your valor and accept you as a Paramatma. Right? Manadil uditha sandikete tirka vendu. So Rama handles the bow easily because it is his bow, Vishnu Dhanus. And so he takes an arrow, he locks it, and he tells Parasurama that, Parasurama, if you were a Kshatriya, I would kill you right now. But because you are a Brahmana, because you are the son of Jamadagni, and because you are a relative of Vishwamitra, I will not kill you because I don't want Brahmahati. He says, I will instead destroy your punyam and all your punyalokams that you've got because of your penance. I will destroy them. And Rama lets go of the arrow and all his punyalokams are destroyed. But Parasurama is happy because he saw the darshan of Sriman Narayanan along with Mahalakshmi. He is happy and he blesses the four newlyweds, and he leaves for Mahendragiri, where he does penance again to stock up on his punya. So Rama, having beat Parashurama along with his families, returned to Ayodhya, where they live happily ever after for the next 12 years. To know what happens after 12 years, please attend next satsang at our residence, where Aditya will enlighten you on what happens next.